Welcome to Every Thought Captive. I'll be reading from a one-volume systematic theology written by Herman Bavinck entitled The Wonderful Works of God. I'll give you a look at the book here. It's a single-volume systematic, under 700 pages, very stimulating theologically and warm pastorally. Bavinck is a very interesting author, the way he puts his thoughts together. I'll be reading a section from the chapter Creation and Providence. Bavinck writes, "Finally, the scriptures teach us that the world is good. It takes a certain amount of courage to say that in these days. The tone of the 18th century, it is true, was very optimistic. Men in that age looked at everything from the bright side. They were taught that God had created the best of all possible worlds. But the 19th and this, our 20th century, take a very different view of life, the world, and society. Poets and philosophers and artists teach us in our time that all is in misery in the world, that the world itself is as bad as can be, and that if it were 1 degree worse, it could not exist. All that exists, according to the thinking of many, is deserving only of annihilation. And although some still want to enjoy so much of the world as can still give a bit of pleasure, let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die, others surrender themselves to discouragement and world weariness, or in visionary dreams hope for a future, a socialistic utopia, a bliss beyond the grave, a nirvana, something at least which the present cannot give. Scripture takes a different view of this matter. It tells us first that the world was good, very good, in the form in which it left God's hand. Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. It adds to this, in the second place, that because of the sin which has entered in, the earth is cursed. Man is subject to corruption and death, and all creation is subject to vanity. Nowhere is the frailty and transiency of life, the insignificance and pettiness of all that exists, the depth and the pain of suffering taught us so affectingly and vividly as in the Holy Scriptures. But they do not stop at that point. They go on, in the third place, to explain that nevertheless, in this fallen and guilty and vain world, the good pleasure of God is being fulfilled. They teach that because of this destination to which the world is being conducted, this world may again be called good. And they teach that despite sin, the world is, and will become, and remains a means by which God glorifies his attributes, and an instrument which he makes serviceable to the honor of his name. And finally, the Scriptures conclude this their instruction concerning the world by giving the glorious promise that this world, with all its suffering and oppression, becomes good for us again when we subject our will to that honor of God and make it serviceable to his glory. All things work together for good to them that love God. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. They learn to glory even in tribulation. Romans chapter 5, verse 3. Their faith is the victory that overcomes the world. 1 John chapter 5, verse 4. Thank you for spending time with me today. We'll see you again soon, God willing.